I'm with Aaron Casey today, co-founder of Power Dundalk and one of the best PTs in Dundalk. Aaron, how did you start with the gym? Was it always something you wanted to do? Or?
Yeah, I guess whenever, actually quite interestingly, whenever I was younger, around maybe 15 or 16, I remember picking up my first injury in sport, and I became absolutely fascinated with how I got injured, why I got injured, what process was actually happening within my body.
Yeah.
And from there, then I got a real desire and a thrill to go and study anatomy and physiology.
Yeah.
So studied that in college in DKIT, and the rest just went from there, really,
Yeah, class. Could you always see yourself having your own gym or doing your private, or was that something that just came along as you improved and all?
Yeah, I think, no, definitely the minute I get into the health and fitness industry, the ambition was to 100% go for my own gym.
Yeah.
I couldn't see myself working for somebody else. Not
Yeah.
that bothers me. I actually think I work quite well under other people.
Yeah.
But the goal is to do the best I can, and I think absolutely I can go that far and own my own gym. Yeah.
Yeah. As a young person starting off who might be into the gym, do you have any advice in this sort of day and age, like with social media or maybe working for someone or someone who's into the gym but they don't really know what path to take, if it's maybe the stuff you did in college or starting off with either degree maybe?
Yeah, I guess maybe something different than what you'd usually hear. A lot of people would say maybe, if you're not enjoying something, maybe jump straight out of it and get into something you enjoy. But a lot of time, particularly when I was growing up, I bit my tongue with an awful lot of stuff. And that really gave me, I guess, a good mentality to pull through hard times. And that actually sticks with me today. So usually in today's world, people would say, jump out of it, get into something you enjoy. But you know what, I bit my tongue an awful lot, and that still sticks with me to this day. And in hard situations, I'll get through them.
Yeah, so if you're not enjoying something for a year or even 2 years, sometimes it's actually best to stick at it, and just...
Yeah, at a young age, that's going to develop a real tough mentality, I think.
Yeah.
A lot of things stem from when we're young, I think. So if we get in the habits of just jumping out of things, I think, we can really develop strong skills at that day and age, when we're younger. So,
did you ever play any team sports like football or
Yeah, locally, the Fatima and Shamrocks.
Yeah.
And then when I was 15 or 16, I moved into the development squads, went up to Dundalk FC in Oriel Park, and they were really, especially in Dundalk, good elite environments with high standards. That's when Dundalk were going through their biggest spell in Europe, and you're coming across some really successful people up there.
Yeah, how important is that sort of teamwork and even showing a bit of leadership within a team for something like this? And
so there's two of us in Power, and I don't think Power or how we're doing exists if there's not two of us. Teamwork's crucial. I think being soul driven is important, but you have to taper a bit of it as well to let someone else come in and control it too. It takes an awful lot of pressure off your shoulders. You'd be surprised. I think if you're just constantly going yourself, you'll end up crashing and burning.
Just more focus on the gym and maybe building your perfect physique. Would you be much into gym yourself? Would you work out much? Or?
So I train 5-6 times a week. So when I say training, I think it's important to note that training doesn't just involve the gym. That we're in charge of a gym, but training could be something as simple as being as part of a sports club or a team, or even just getting out and going for a run or jogging. So when I say I train, they're not 1 hour weight training sessions or 2 hour weight training sessions. This is a form of activity that is done on a weekly basis. So I'm quite active.
I feel like that's so important, because some people can get sucked into gym every single day. I used to be almost like that. I was obsessed with gym for a year, and I found myself burning out. I quit Gaelic and it was just gym, and then it's almost gym every day and there's no escape anywhere else. And you almost lose interest in gym completely. So I think, like you said, finding a balance is really important. Doing a sport with the gym is crucial. I think
it's crucial. I agree with you. And you hear a lot of things, especially with running, because running's very much in trend at the minute. Now we're starting to see the research behind the strength-based work that people are doing in the gym that's aiding and helping towards these maybe personal 5K scores. And so the gym is something that should contribute towards maybe a goal on the outside of, like, it could be just life in general, lifestyle or whatever it may be, you know?
No, yeah, because I find that really important for myself. Like, gym aiding my performances is a lot more rewarding, you know?
Yeah.
Because it can't all be about your bench PB, because eventually you're going to plateau, like, so that's just the reality. Just still on the gym, with supplements, like maybe creatine and protein powder, what are your opinions on that?
Yeah, I actually remember being in college and taking this up as a presentation topic, my opinion on supplements. So I think there are much of a muchness. The first thing people should be doing is, before they look at supplementing things, is getting their bloods checked. That's number one. To see, is there actually a deficiency happening within their body? If there's like maybe an iron deficiency, a vitamin D deficiency, that's where you will go and maybe add a supplement in place. In a country like where we are, vitamin D's rare, apart from the last week we were in a heat wave. But things like that, stuff that we naturally can't get, like creatine, like vitamin D, or maybe we don't like eating fish for the omega content. That's how we should add in supplements, to actually supplement what our body needs and what we can't naturally get from maybe food, drink, or even the environment, and so on. Yeah,
because that's classed here. Like, someone as myself, I play Gaelic. You hear a lot of people saying you need to take creatine, you need protein powder, you need this and that. But it's almost like, what about the other vitamins that you might be missing out on? And it's hard to find that off people, like, do you know what I mean? Because they'll just tell you, jump straight on creatine, work out, drink water, like, but there is more to it, isn't there? Like,
yeah, absolutely. And you said, like, you might go out and hit a multivitamin. Like, half the time, like, these people are already getting their vitamins through their diet. I'm not saying it's bad to take more of it, but in some cases you just don't have to, and your body can only naturally absorb so much. So if we're going out and taking so many grams of protein, not throughout the day in one sitting, it's going to take a long time for that to digest, and we could be overdoing it. So we have to be really careful with supplements and how we put them into our diet. But yes, there is definitely a role for them. They're not overly expensive, so they can do more good than harm. But in some cases, they can do more harm than good. There has to be context behind supplements,
Yeah, obviously you deal with private clients in here who book sessions based on their personal goals. Is there any clients in particular that have maybe a member's weight loss journey? Or?
Yeah, where do I start? I don't know whether to individually start naming people, because I feel like I might leave someone.
Yeah, but even maybe some at the start that maybe was one of your initial clients that really gave you the passion for it. To keep going on and doing what you're doing, like, you know. Yeah,
there was, when I first came in here, and it's one of the testimonials on our page, and it's pinned to our page actually. Darren Casey, no relation of mine. Darren was a professional dancer, so very much involved in the whole elite environment, 5-6 days a week. Darren was diagnosed with cancer, so had a complete U-turn in his career, had to retire. Darren came in here and changed his life around, and that testimonial is just worth looking for itself. He's someone still to this day that I actually look at and kind of say, like, that's exactly why we do what we do. There's also, in terms of results, without actually naming their result of they lost X, Y, and Z, there's plenty of that. Like I said, I'd nearly forget. What I love about this place is the longevity that people have with us. I have people from when I was 18 years of age. I'm now 27. I still have people to this day. Not one, not two, not three. I mean, I could list a handful, like a lot more than a handful of those people who still train with me, which I think speaks a lot about the environment and the atmosphere. But that's what we're trying to do, is create something that's just friendly, but yet there's quality behind it.
In terms of client retention, keeping people coming back, what are the most important things? Like, is it the environment, or is it maybe your first meetings with them, your first sessions with them?
Yeah, I think environment's huge, but within the environment, there's different factors. I think the standard is one, and I think, believe it or not, in this industry, the personality is another thing of a PT. Are you approachable? Do we do what we're actually meant to? Do we practice what we preach? Do we train? Do we follow our own nutrition guidelines? I think that's huge. Our image is actually about how we look. So that's very important to us. I think standards and our image is very important. So laying the foundations down when people come in, this is what you're going to do, this is what we expect, and we will hold you accountable if these aren't met, because that's what you sign up to. and that's our job. Simple, you know?
Yeah, because obviously maybe criticism, not everybody's going to be perfect. Like some people need a push. How do you maybe find that balance between not pushing someone too far to where they quit, but not pushing, not enough where they're not making progress like you want,
That's a great question. And that's something that's not really looked at in college. The amount of different personalities we come across is insane. We will literally flip like a light switch from the 11 o'clock client to the 12. How we deal with that depends on getting a, overall view of this person's life. So are they coming back from trauma? Are they in the gym because of an injury? Are they in a group environment when they come in here? So can they take criticism well, or what way do they react to us? So we'll deal with all these people individually based on what we think. And after working with so many people over years, you have a good gauge of how people are. So whether that might be, do you know what, we'll leave what we have to say till text tonight, or maybe we'll say that to them in a different way, in a friendly way, or maybe someone might need that push. Depends, you know.
There's just different types of people who take things differently. Just on getting your initial clients, like, is social media important for maybe putting yourself out there, or are you more word of mouth sort of?
Yeah, I think this has changed a lot. Both myself and Dan were actually quite anti-social media when we started. We loved the fact of how quiet we weren't known to people, and we had word of mouth down to an absolute T because we were still crazy busy. When we got into social media, so officially we brought someone in, that was Jamie Sherry. He helped us massively getting us out there. Now it's with Aaron Lally, and he's done the exact same. We found that with both of the lads in, that each time that they've come in with us, that our business has actually gone from one pillar to another with them in place. And that's something that me and Dan were naive towards. So I can't stress how important social media is for us. The opportunities that we've gotten from it is much greater. We would have been still so busy with all the in-person stuff in here, but we've broadened out, and we've got people coming from Meath, Dublin, Newry, all around the place. We've had folks from Belfast down with us. We had someone from Limerick last week. Insane. So
that is the new age, isn't it? Like maybe some of the old heads might say, no, it's always word of mouth, your clients just spread the word. But like nowadays it is social media, because it can just take off so quick. If you're charismatic in front of the camera, like, people can resonate with you, and then they'll book a session, and then they're one of your lifetime clients. So
good point as well. Something we've been trying to do lately is get our personality out there, and we've done certain things that are actually not even gym related, and that gives people, especially when you're coming into a one-to-one environment, how we are and how we naturally go about it. And that's so important, like you said.
Because if you come across really serious, like, gym is a escape, really, like, because you already have your work, you already have this and that. Like, if you're coming across somebody who's very serious with gym 24/7, you're not going to book a session with them. Like, you're going to go for someone who's going to give you a push but have a bit of crack at the same time.
Exactly. Very you couldn't have said that any better. I would put quality up there with personality in this industry, like I was saying earlier. 100%.
Just as a really optimistic Aaron Casey, what are your what's the next 10 years look like for you? What's
the question?
I know, but just really optimistic. For the future, if I was to do an interview with Aaron Casey in 10 years, what would he be talking about? What would he have accomplished?
Next 10 years, I think I'd love to have one of the best, if not the best equipped gyms around, whether that's in the Leinster region or wherever it may be.
So different gyms around Leinster.
So
maybe interesting.
Well, maybe not. I guess one of the best equipped gyms in Leinster, not maybe a franchise of gyms. I'm not sure. I haven't really thought too much into that situation. Very much focused on what we have at the minute.
Because it can be hard if you have so many gyms around. Like, it can be hard to make sure each gym has what you want in your personality. Instead of one big gym that's your gym. That you can control throughout the week.
Exactly. Perfect. And when I say one of the best, it's not in comparison to other people. It's in comparison to what I want for myself and what I want for my clients and the people that come in here.
Because comparison is the thief of joy. Like, if you look at other people and what other people are doing, and they're probably backed by big, massive companies. If you compare yourself to that, you'll get lost pretty quickly. I
I actually never view any other gym as a competitor. If anything, you can take a lot of goodness from other gyms. I think if other gyms open up more and collab with each other, it's only going to grow and grow. So there's never a negative comparison, or I never have a negative mindset towards any other gym. It's very much just focused on ourselves without being naive to the negativity from other departments. It's very much focused on the good from the other gyms around, and take a piece or two from them,
Yeah, just one last piece of advice now for maybe the younger generation, or even people in the older generation, maybe in their 30s, who are doing something they might not like, but they love the gym and they want to do something with the gym. Do you have any advice for them how to maybe take a step-by-step action plan to pursue the gym as maybe a full-time thing,
Yeah, I think, you need to be very reactive on this one. I think you just need to go and message a PT, book in for a session as quick as you can. I'm telling you now, there's not one person who regrets a gym session. There's not one person who regrets eating well. There's not one person who regrets this lifestyle. It just contributes, and there's research behind it, whether it's cognitive, physically, mentally. The research is insane behind it. Just go and do it. A lot of times we put it off for so long, we're thinking too much about it. The majority of places are absolutely sound. They're welcoming you with open arms. They're here to help. Our job is actually one of the most selfish jobs. We don't focus on ourselves. It is for every client who walks in this door is literally where we put all our energy into. It's amazing environment to be in, and we want people who's sitting behind the camera to be a part of it. I don't get anything out of training someone in terms of my own physical health. It's you I'm training that's getting the benefits of it. What I get from it is maybe a better reputation, or maybe a broader clientele base, or a buzz from training people. But if I'm getting a buzz for training people, I'm in the right environment then, because that's who I want to help people then. So my advice is go anywhere. It doesn't have to be here. Go anywhere, get out, do it. It's the best decision you'll ever make. You can still enjoy yourself on the weekends or whatever it may be, but you'll never regret what you do coming into the gym. And that's facts, absolute facts.
Yeah, that's class. Just wait, a would you rather question to end it all off. Right. Would you rather not do gym, not lift weights for full year, or not eat your favorite food for full year?
I'm going to answer that quite dead on, yeah. I would 100% be picking I'd eat the food I want, because you can still go for a walk.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
And you can still keep maybe body fat levels lower. You can still have a good energy system through nutritious foods. So you can still get some physical and mental benefits from nutrition and just doing the daily basics of life. And that's how important nutrition is, despite that not even being my field. I just offer advice on it. So that's quite a quick answer, but that's how I feel on it.
Fair play. Casey,
pleasure.
thank you very much.
Thanks so much.